Hi friends, good morning or good evening to everyone. So this is Kumar, you're watching CICS Mainframe tutorials. So in the last class or the last tutorial I was explaining about the CICS IBM supplied uh, programs and the tables. So as promised I was supposed to explain about the transaction lifecycle in the next topic. So here it is. So in this I'm going to explain you like what is a transaction lifecycle and what happens it. So in the last classes, I mean the last tutorial, you have seen about the table and CSS applies table and the program. So and now we are going to see how, if you are writing any application program which has all the COBOL code with the combination of CICS or any flat file, so how the transaction, how your program application works on CICS, that's what we are going to see now. Okay, so basically, what you do is, I mean, to give you a high-level idea about this information, you write a COBOL program which with exec CICS and end exec, and you write a set of statements here in the COBOL program, and you design a separate map related to particular program or particular business logic, right? So after designing a map, what you do is you bring that map to online, and in the same way you bring your compiled program onto the online. Okay, so we have various CSS provided transactions. So with the help of those transactions, we are going to see, I mean in my next class I'm going to show you how this how the map is bring to online, or how the program is online. So now let us see what is a transaction and how this transaction is initiated now. So as said, so you have a COBOL program written with exec CICS and end exec, and you have a map written, and you brought both the things onto online. Okay, so now what happens? So and you have also with you have defined a transaction in your program. Okay, so now you will be entering, this is your suppose assume that this is your computer system or where you're working, and it is connected to the mainframe terminal. So and you will be logging to the mainframe screen, CSS screen. On the screen, so you're going to type the transaction ID. As said, the transaction ID will be the 4 bytes identifier. So as soon as you enter your transaction, immediately it will go to the PCT table, right? Process control table. Okay, so here in this table, in the PCT table, it checks for the transaction, whether if that particular transaction is registered and is it linked with any program. Yes, my transaction ID is T001. Yes, it goes into the table and it finds the associated program for that particular transaction. So from here it goes to the PPT and it checks whether it is available on disk or in storage, right? So it checks like yes, this is available onto the on disk, or it is not available, it brings back from the storage and it comes back to the disk. Okay, so since this if any transaction is already initiated, it comes to the disk. If it is the first time, it will be in the storage, and it will be, we have to bring it to the disk. Okay, let us consider that this transaction is already initiated. So whenever it hit the PPT table, okay, now we just know that there is a program available for this transaction. So now it has to cross verify whether that program is really existing or not. Then it will go to the PPT table and it will check the program. Yes, it is available on disk, and it will go to the disk and it will check whether it has a load module for that particular program. Yes, it has a load module and the library name. So with this, after checking all these process, a map will be displayed related to that particular program. So as I said, in the program you'll be writing all the map set, map name, transaction and everything. So all these checkings happens here. Further, I repeat it again, the transaction, once you enter the transaction, it go to the PCT. From PCT it will check the transaction and programs, then it will go to the PPT, it will check the disk and the load module associated, then it will display your map onto the screen. For example, so consider that this is your map that has been displayed onto the screen. So it has like employee info, name and field, I think all this thing. So what you do here is first initially you will be entering the transaction, and after entering the transaction it checks various checkpoints are there. So after checking it here on the screen, so your map will be displayed onto the screen. So now you have to start entering all the fields. So you just enter the name, phone and email ID. So once you enter it and press on enter button, so it's an action identifier key, enter button. So it retrieves the data, it accepts the data, and again it goes back to the program and checks all the validation and to throw back the results. So this is what a transaction lifecycle is, and how it processes. So as a beginner, as a learner of CSS, this is very important to understand. So why? Because whenever you start coding your CSS program, so this is a basic understand you need to know, so before writing any CSS programs. Okay, so I hope you got some information regarding the transaction lifecycle. So I would be coming up with more and more topic. So I'm going a little bit slow, I know. So in order to make it clear on the thing, so we just we would walk through and we would continue. Okay, so my next topic would be the IBM supplied CICS transaction. So where I'm going to show you about what are the different transactions that we are going to use. So far you have seen like there are programs, there are tables, and there are, you define your application programs and you define your map. But how do we bring them to online? So what is the process behind this? So how these transactions and program got registered? Is there any way to do that one? So we are saying that there is a transaction, it will check this PCT, PPT and library and goes on. So now my question is like, how these are being registered? So what is the process? Yes, that is done with the help of IBM supplied CICS transaction, where we have like CICD, CMT and CCA. So we're going to see many transactions and its importance in my next topic. So this is Kumar signing off for for today's tutorial. Or if you like this video, you can kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. So below button, or you can like, or you can comment on the below down arrow. Okay, once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great and pleasureful day or an evening to everyone.